Once upon a time, in a land where the sun kissed the earth with warmth and the breeze carried the laughter of children, there was a village so breathtaking it seemed painted by the gods. This village was ruled by King Obiora, a leader of wisdom and kindness, beloved by all. His heart was vast, ensuring peace and happiness for his people. King Obiora had a large family with 2 wives. His first wife, Odonmo, bore him 3 daughters, princesses as radiant as the morning sun. His second wife, Ndidi, blessed him with 2 courageous sons, the future kings of the land. The princesses were known for their untamed spirits. Each day, they ran barefoot from the palace, their laughter ringing through the village as they played in the fields, splashed in the river, and tangled their hair in the wind. They found joy in freedom, caring little for rules of royalty. Not everyone admired their ways. "They are too wild," the elders murmured. "Princesses should be graceful and poised." Their mother, Odonmo, often reminded them, "You are royalty, my daughters. It's time to behave as such." But the princesses only giggled and ran off, their hearts as free as the birds in the sky. To them, being true to themselves mattered more than being perfect princesses. Some in the village frowned upon this. Why do they not see they are different from us? But the sisters didn't mind. To them, happiness was more precious than a golden crown. Every year, the village held a grand festival. This wasn't just any celebration, it was the day the princesses' brothers would find their brides. The village square burst into life with colors, music, and the scent of delicious feasts. Beautiful maidens from far and wide arrived, dressed in their best, hoping to win the prince's hearts. The 3 princesses, however, watched from a palace window, unimpressed by the glitter and gold. When suitors came seeking their hands, they always found reasons to refuse. "He is too boastful," one would say. "He believes his riches can buy love," another sighed. Even when a wealthy merchant arrived from a distant land, hoping to take all 3 as his 7th, 8th, and 9th wives, the princesses only laughed. They playfully splashed water on him, causing an uproar in the village. "How foolish," the people cried. "Turning away great men." Their parents, King Obiora and Queen Odonmo, were puzzled. "Why will you not marry? Your brothers have chosen their brides, and you are the elders." The princesses smiled. "When love is true, we will know." The festival for their brothers was magnificent. The maidens danced, hoping to capture the prince's hearts. The princesses admired their courage but yearned for something different. They did not want a love born in a single day, they wanted a love that understood them. As time passed, the princesses blossomed into graceful young women. They watched their brothers find happiness and felt a stirring in their hearts. Perhaps, just perhaps, it was time to seek love themselves, but only if it was true. One evening, under the glow of the stars, they approached their father. "Father," they said, their voices steady with hope, "we wish for our own festival. A festival where men can showcase their talents and wisdom. We desire love, but it must be true love." King Obiora raised a brow in surprise. This was not tradition. Yet, looking into their determined eyes, he saw their sincerity. His daughters were different, strong-willed and fearless. After a moment, he nodded. "Then let there be a festival." Excitement swept through the village like wildfire. Suitors from distant lands prepared to win the princesses' hearts. They polished their skills, honed their talents, and dreamed of love. The village buzzed with anticipation. Tailors sewed elegant garments, cooks prepared feasts, and musicians tuned their instruments. This would be a festival like no other. As the festival day neared, the princesses watched the preparations with quiet smiles. They saw the eagerness in the suitors' eyes and the joy among the villagers. They did not know what the festival would bring, but excitement fluttered in their hearts. Maybe, just maybe, among the warriors, poets, and jesters, they would find someone who saw beyond their crowns. When the festival arrived, the village square overflowed with hopeful men, dressed in splendor, boasting of their wealth, strength, and power. Each longed to claim a princess's hand. The princesses observed quietly, their eyes twinkling with mischief. They saw the suitors' desperate attempts to impress them but knew that neither gold nor strength was what they sought. As the sun began to set, they stepped forward. "We have a challenge," they announced. "To win our hearts, you must do more than show off your riches or power. You must guess our true names." A hush fell over the crowd. Names? No one knew the princesses' names. They had always been called the three rebellious princesses. Their real names remained a mystery. The suitors stood in stunned silence. They had come prepared to showcase their might and treasures, not to solve riddles. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. "How can we discover their names? Is this a trick?" The princesses smiled, watching doubt cloud the suitors' faces. They had turned the tables, demanding the men see beyond their titles. In the village, there was a man named Ibuka, known as the town drunkard. Most dismissed him as a fool. But when Ibuka heard of the challenge, something inside him awakened. He saw what others did not, a chance. Determined, he set out to uncover their names. Day after day, he observed them. But the princesses never used their real names in public. Then, fate played its hand. One afternoon, as they walked near the forest, the youngest princess, playful as ever, failed to see a hidden ditch before her. With a startled cry, she tumbled in. "Help," she called. From behind a tree, Ibuka watched in shock. Before he could move, the eldest princess rushed forward, shouting, "Ola, hold on." The middle sister called, "Nkem, be careful." Ibuka's eyes widened. Names: Ola, Nkem, and Ife. The sisters worked together, pulling Ife from the pit, their unity shining bright. Ibuka felt warmth spread through his heart. He had discovered their names, but more importantly, he had seen their true selves. Stepping into the square, he declared, "I know their names. Ola, Nkem, Ife." The village gasped. Ibuka had done the impossible. But then, he surprised them further. "I am not who you think I am. I am Prince Ibuka, disguised to find the true hearts of the princesses." The crowd was stunned. The man they had mocked was, in truth, a wise prince who had truly seen the princesses. King Obiora, moved by his wisdom, blessed the marriages. The weddings were grand, and the village was forever changed by the lesson: true nobility is not in riches or birth but in wisdom, understanding, and love.